Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danique. Along with me, we have Chief Chuck Bourgeois. And if you can see the smile on my face as I'm talking, that's because I have waited so long to get this gentleman in my seat. And what we're going to be talking about today, of course, we're talking about a 1-cent sales tax for the city of Franklin. Now, what is the current sales tax in Franklin right now?
If I'm not mistaken, the current sales tax is 8%.
Okay, 8%, I think if I do my comparison in my head in some other places around St. Mary Parish, kind of on the low end.
Yeah.
I think 8 cents, I don't think I saw that in some time now.
Correct.
So with that said, that'll bump you up to 9%. Who's going to be responsible for paying that?
Basically, anybody that comes to the city of Franklin and shops and purchases items, you know, from the stores like Walmart, Super One, any store within the city limits of Franklin. When you buy something in Franklin, that's where the money's going to go to.
And then where does that go to for the fire department?
Well, if the tax passes, it goes into our budgets. It should generate around 1.3, 1.4 million per year. And with that said, we split it 50-50 with the police department. So each one of us will have about $600,000 extra a year in our budget for us to purchase much needed equipment and provide additional training, upgrade our fire apparatus, because right now we have 3 trucks that's in the 25 plus years area. And according to NFPA standards, you're supposed to take a truck offline after 25 years of service.
Okay.
So we need to get 2 of them replaced now, and that tax will help us do that. And also it will assist us with doing much more training and buying more training equipment that is needed for our new training ground.
So with this, it sounds like you kind of are in dire straits because in addition to what you just mentioned, I know the fire rating is not that great. So where are you guys when it comes to the fire rating? Because the lower the number, the better. The better,
correct. Our fire rating right now is a class 6 in the city limits and a class 7 outside of the city limits.
So it's between a 1 to 10, correct?
That's correct.
And so you're a little on the other end of the scale. With that said, this money will be able to help you to, because I mean, you do kind of have your water distribution system is not the greatest at the moment. Is that also hindering, progress?
Yes, our water distribution system is old and it's antiquated, and we have a bunch of problems with it. Our water pressure has dropped drastically within the last 20, 25 years because of the old lines that we have. And one of the things I brought to the mayor's attention, and the council's attention, that we losing points on the water end of the rating because that's like 30% of the rating. And with that said, for us to get extra points, we'd have to do something different, and that's why we built the training tower, because that gives us a lot more chances to get more points, because all my firefighters have to be trained at that fire facility for 18 hours a year. Each member has to put in 18 hours a year, and that increases our points value when it comes to training. Plus the tower itself and the training ground itself gives us more points.
That's right. We actually recently just did a story with you on the fire tower and how it will help with, you said, with training. And speaking of training, are you finding that, recruiting young people? I mean, are you hiring? Or you use that money for that? Yes,
we definitely need to hire more people. We have 8 on staff right now, 2 chief officers and 6 firefighter operators. We're required to basically have 16 on staff, but we only can afford to have the 8 that we have. But with this tax money, if it does pass, we're definitely going to look into hiring at least 3 more, maybe 4, hopefully.
Yeah. Now, we talked about fire ratings, and I know folks say, oh, that's mumble jumble to me. But something you may understand is that this also correlates to insurance rates, to your fire insurance, that the higher the number, the higher your insurance rates are as well.
Exactly, and we trying our best to keep it as low as possible, to get back to that 5 or even get to a 4, so we can lower your insurance premiums for your fire insurance.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a short break, but we'll be right back. Got a couple more questions to ask. You guys stay right where you are. KWBJ is the voice of the coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, I'm your host, Danica Long. Chief Chuck Bourgeois is in the seat with me with the City of Franklin, the fire chief there. We're talking about this 1 cent sales tax that's coming up, and that's going to be at any retail store, wherever you just pay to do anything. Because it's not just the property owners. Most times, the property owners sometimes have to bear the burden of a tax increase, but this is for everybody. And, here's the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if this does not pass, what will happen?
Well, set us back, that's for sure. I mean, it's going to hurt us. We won't be able to buy the necessary equipment we need to provide, the city with the proper fire protection. It will hurt us as far as trying to hire additional personnel that is much needed right now. And all that goes back to what we talked about earlier, is the rating. If we can't meet the criteria the rating requires, it hurts us. Yeah. And property owners will wind up paying for it through their fire insurance if we keep going, going up on our rating.
Now, how many number of fire trucks must you maintain, and do you have on hand right now? Right now,
the city of Franklin, we have 4 pumpers, 1 rescue / service unit, and a smaller service unit. We had a ladder truck at one point in time, but it was just too costly to keep it in service, and we had to wind up getting rid of it. For us to purchase a new one right now would cost around $1.7 million.
Oh my goodness.
And the same thing with the pumpers themselves. We got 3 of them that are 25 years plus, and we need to replace 2 of them right now. And the last 2 we bought 2 units for almost $900,000, I think it was. To get 1 right now is right at $1.2, $1.3 million.
I complain about
so
my
it is expensive.
Right.
Fire equipment is very expensive, and especially when it comes to our guys. To outfit 1 firefighter is like $23,000.
Come on.
With all the equipment that they need to have.
Wow. Now, do you get any assistance from the parish or from local government?
We got our normal operating budget through the city, and about 2/3 of that is taken up for salaries. The rest of it we have to divvy up for maintenance and what have you on our truck. But yeah, we also get funds from the parish. We have a signed contract with the parish. In fact, we signed a contract with the parish back sometime in 1980, I think it was, where we received $2,700 a month for a certain area, covering the parish area. But we also get additional funds from 3/10 and 3/4 cents sales tax from the parish. But that's not just Franklin. All the fire departments get that amount.
Okay.
Plus, they also give us, not us, but each department, whoever, we have a calendar where they take turns every year to buy trucks. And whatever department falls on, like for the year 2024, the parish provides them with $100,000 towards the purchase of a new truck.
So it's pretty much a one-time stipend every 10 years.
That's right, yes.
Wow. And when's the last time that you were on the receiving end of that?
2016, when we bought our new trucks.
So you got to wait another 2 years.
Yes.
So I see. That's why this money is necessary.
Correct.
When did this proposal come up?
This proposal came up about a year ago. The mayor brought me and the police chief in and sat us down and asked us what we thought about it. And we had a lengthy discussion. We said it's a great idea because it's much needed. Yeah. Not just for us, but for the police department too, to keep them, their vehicles on the road. They have to change our vehicles on a regular basis because of the miles they put on and everything. And also they need personnel. They need to hire right now. Yeah. The past year, they've been doing excellent from the standpoint as far as they drop crime by 40% within the city, of Franklin. But for us to keep doing that, we're gonna have to have the money to provide the personnel and the equipment for them also.
Yeah, they say it takes money to make change sometimes.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I am proud to say that even my dad was a volunteer firefighter. I remember growing up. How are you when it comes to volunteers? You're talking about hiring, but do we have people volunteering?
Well, that's the bad thing about volunteers right now, and it's sad to say, it's not just my department, it's all over the nation right now. Volunteers are a dying breed. They're hard to come by. And when I first started in 1980, I think we had 35, 40 volunteers on staff. Right now, I have maybe 12 with 1 that can only fight fire.
Oh my.
Yes.
Wow. Everybody else is standing around.
Well, the rest of them are
support
personnel.
Gotcha.
They help out on medical calls and at fire scenes. But as far as firefighters, it's hard.
Give us the date of the election.
December 7th, Saturday, December 7th. Please come out and vote. And vote yes, because your monies will be put to use and spent correctly, on things we need.
All right, thank you very much. See you guys next time.